Hey guys, Bowie here with a quick instructional video for those of you who are producing content online in video form. Every now and then you might shoot something on your phone that you are not happy with, right? And if you're kind of like me, sometimes you can get a little neurotic about it and reshoot the video until you run out of memory. All because you just want to get like the video right either in one take or the first take and so on and so forth. So instead of doing that and getting frustrated, one thing you can do is just shoot the video as you would. For some of you, either you don't like how you laugh in the video or something like that, or you got distracted, but you felt like the content was good and you just don't want to have to reshoot it over and over and over again. So the YouTube Studio Beta editor is helpful for trimming the video. I actually sometimes like to use the classic, the Creator Studio Classic. That was kind of what I was most used to. But for those of you who just need to do a little bit of editing, this is just kind of to walk you through how to use the trim feature when you're doing that editing, because it was a little bit tricky for me, and I would imagine it might be tricky for some of you as well. So that being said, here's how it works. So in this video, this was a recent video that I'd uploaded about how to improve productivity with a self-rating and an assessment of your week. And there's a link. The call to action is to use sort of like an intuitive, you could say, assessment tool that allows you to rate yourself as far as how you did during the week, and then it gives you the opportunity to make improvements, right? So that you can kind of make adjustments all the way to producing the results you want in a particular area. So I shot the video, and there were some sections that I didn't like, and so I'm just going to play back. Although this is the final sort of edited version, I'm just going to mock and show you what kind of edits you're able to make in your video. So if I take this from the top, all right, the first thing I want to do, let's just say, is trim, right? So now with this trim, this first trim is all about if I felt like the end of the video was too long, or I mumbled or rambled or whatever, I pull this back, right? And that's that. And then I can, and in order to save it, I have to hit preview, right? And while I'm hitting preview, it's going to give me a chance.
All right, here we go. So,
all right. So
how many guys?
When I get towards the end, all right, it's going to stop, right? So that's that first trim. Okay, does that make sense? So if I just wanted to cut one end of it off, I would just I would hit trim, and and it would just cut it right there. Now, sometimes what needs to happen is you have to cut pieces in between. This is where the split comes into play. Okay, so let's say I cut the video down at the end because I mumbled or rambled or whatever at the end. Now I want to split it, and I hit split, and what split does, it gives me an opportunity to sort of cut the video in different parts. So for example, right, so here's the split. Whoops, sorry. So let's say I wanted to do this. I hope that was clear, right? So once I hit split, I was able to kind of separate the two pieces, and now I got like two sections. So if I were to do a preview here, so the mouse allows you to get to a place where you can play back, and hit preview, and now when you preview, you're now in a mode where you can actually see what happens.
So great happened this week. That's fine too. Small changes.
Right? So you see how it just skipped that whole section and jumped right into the next section, and then it'll play all the way through to that trim that I already made in the first time, right? So same thing again. I can, if I wanted to do another split, okay, boom. So wherever this line is, this solid white line is, right? That's where the new split can happen. And how do you know where to make your splits? Well, when the video is playing back, right, you want to just grab a piece of paper and jot down, looking here, what time that section is that you don't like happened in, right? So if it's like from 26 at the 26th second and 15 milliseconds or whatever that or frame, I'm sorry, the 15th frame to, so let's say it's from that frame to the 28th and 13th, 28th second and 13th frame, right? You know, that's where you want to, you know, make it happen. So for example, let's just say I wanted it, if you look at the mouse right here, right? Let's say I wanted it at the 23rd second, okay? Now I can move this. Sometimes it's not exactly on top of it. And let's say I wanted the next cut to be at 33 seconds, okay? And just watch the mouse, all right? It's gonna move it back to 33. Sometimes it's like, you know, you won't get it quite right on the money, but close enough. All right, and then you move that back. So now you got your split between the places, right? But that's assuming that that's where you wanted it to cut, right? Based on you playing back the video and knowing like, yeah, that's the section that I want to cut out. So what basically this split situation looks like is when you play it from the top, it'll play up to here, skip over that section you didn't like, play again, skip over another section you didn't like, and you can do this as much as you want, okay? And of course, don't forget to include your elements here as far as, you know, the subscribe and then the next video you want the viewer to watch. And that's it. So I hope this is clear. I know it was a little bit rough for me to try to figure out, but I am more than happy and glad that this is providing some value to you and giving you an opportunity to have hope that you don't have to, you know, do take after take after take trying to get the video right. And sure, you know, the editing is not Hollywood editing, but it definitely it's, you know, continuous enough, at least in my case and looking at my video, it's continuous enough to kind of tell the message, right? Sometimes you just got to reshoot it over because once you edit that section, you know, the scene changes too dramatically or something is off, and you do have to just reshoot it. But in some cases, if it's continuous enough, you can, you know, splice it or split the edits up enough for it to make sense for you and your audience. And then when you hit the preview button, right, that's when you're able to hit save, and then it'll take some time for it to render to the new version, and you know, you can take it from there. So I'm just going to discard these changes and go back to normal. So that is Studio Beta, the YouTube Studio Beta editor feature using trim or using the trim edit tool. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. You can reply. Oh, I'm sorry. When you leave your comment, you can also message me. You can direct message me. I'll leave all the information down below. I'll answer any question that you have. That I, of course, have enough knowledge to be able to address and or at least get you a resource that will answer your questions. So happy marketing, I guess I can say, or happy editing, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.